I went camping alone once, hoping to disconnect. No phone, no traffic, no noise. Just me and the trees. But I got lost. I had just left my tent to find the trail again. I must have taken the wrong path because nothing looked familiar. My phone was at 3%, barely glowing in the dark. Everything was so quiet. Not peaceful, just wrong. That's when I heard it. Footsteps behind me. Slow, matching mine. I stopped. They stopped. I moved again. They followed. I turned off my phone screen and stayed still. The dark wrapped around me like a blanket. I hid behind a log and held my breath as rain began to fall. The footsteps stopped. I stayed there for what felt like hours. Eventually, I got moving again. I felt nervous, hearing my boots sloshing through mud as the rain picked up. Then I heard a stream nearby. I felt the need to head that way, hoping it would lead me back to the trail. Once I found the stream, the atmosphere still put me in an uncomfortable vibe. There lay a torn backpack, but fresh enough that someone had to have been there not too long before me. I decided I wasn't going to stay there and possibly be a victim. Trying to keep my mind focused on safety, I continued to walk the nearest trail, coming across a wooden rest area. This area had a small look-alike cabin with 3 walls and a roof. Inside, I found a cooler, and to my surprise, it had canned meat and a half bottle of water. Honestly, I was hungry, but something told me not to eat it. I was too afraid it had been spoiled. Beginning to feel defeated, I sat there instead, knees to my chest, listening to the storm. Each rumble of thunder echoed through the trees. Was I going to make it back to my family? I no longer cared for the disconnect. Breaking my lonely thoughts came a loud, continuous bark my way. It was a dog. He was covered in mud and looked like he hadn't eaten for days. I thought then that it was over for me, and he just kept barking until I realized he was barking past me, looking into the woods. From behind me, another growl answered back. Something deeper, not a dog. I was no longer fearful of the dog. I ran like crazy. In a way, I guess, I inadvertently followed the dog as well. It led me to a broken fence. Just beyond it was the soft glow of a cabin window. I didn't hesitate. I continued to run for the cabin, bursting through the door, my heart racing to prepare to fight for my life. Instead, I could strongly smell wet wood and old paper. I caught a glimpse of a radio, and with some relief I started to turn the dial. It was mostly static, but I could hear a faint voice saying, "Stay inside. Lock the doors." I slammed the doors shut and dragged a chair against it. I spent the night curled up on the floor, shivering, waiting. When morning came, I heard voices, real ones, rangers. They found me, thankfully. They said I was lucky that I survived the night out there alone. But I knew better. I wasn't alone. Whatever was out there, it let me go.